Okay, so 3-1 unit rates. So we're going to use the form WKU, which is called words known unknown. So you're going to write your proportion in this form. Yes, go ahead and write that. So a ratio that compares two quantities with different kinds of units is called a rate. When a rate is simplified so that the denominator is 1, it is called a unit rate. So a rate is going to be like, I can type 50 words in 2 minutes. Okay, a unit rate would be how much I could type in 1 minute. Okay, so that's kind of how we set it up. So look at example 1. It said Alita drove her car 78 miles and used 3 gallons of gas. What is the car's gas mileage in miles per gallon? So we're going to try to write that in a WKU form. So my words for this example would be miles per gallon. Okay? So generally we're going to write what we say first unless it doesn't make sense. So miles came first. So 78 miles she used 3 gallons of gas. So how much did she use for 1 gallon of gas?
20.
Okay. So how would we do that? There's 2 ways. We can scale down. Okay. So what I mean by scale down is you divide it by 3 to get from 3 to 1. So 78 divided by 3. Or you can cross multiply butterfly. Does that make sense? So y'all have done 3 times x is 3x. 1 times 78 is 78. And then that's a one-step equation like what we were doing before. So divide by 3, x is going to equal 26.
I just divided 78 by 3.
That's fine. That's fine. Sometimes it's going to work out easy. Sometimes it's not going to be as simple as in unit rates. It's a little bit easier. But in other ones where you're getting a proportion and solving, it might not be so easy. Yes?
Did you just put the 1 down?
What?
Did you just add the 1?
Okay, so look at example 2. Joe has 2 different size boxes of cereals from which to choose. The 12-ounce box cereal costs $2.54 and the 18-ounce box costs $3.50. Which box costs less per ounce?
It's both
So, okay, yes, but this is like a real life, I'm going to Walmart shopping, I got to figure out which one's the cheaper. It's not always cheaper to buy the bigger box. Okay, so you would set the first one up in a WKU. So you would say, the first price was cost per ounce. So we would do $2.54 over 12. Okay, and then how much per 1 ounce? Okay, so you're going to set it up per 1 ounce on that. And you're going to get 12x equals $2.54. Or you could scale down.
Are you allowed to just do like the 12 ounce? I just did 254 times 2 to see which one's bigger.
And divide both sides by 12. You're dividing 254 by 12. And you're going to get, it's going to be a decimal.
Wait. I'm confused. Wouldn't it be 250 on?
Okay, so you're going to subtract. You're going to get, oh no.
Too much.
Okay, it's going to continue on down the road. And it's going to be like 6. So we're talking dollars and cents here. So 0.2116 is going to round to 21 cents. Okay, that's for the first box. That's for that $2.54 box. Okay, this is why you can shop at Walmart, because Walmart already breaks it down for you. It's awesome. Okay, the second box, does it? I need to look closer, I guess. Okay, and then the second cost is $3.50, or you're going to do cost over ounces. You're going to do $3.50 over 18 x over 1. Okay, so look at number 1. Number 1 is the unit rate. We're just going to scale down. So we're going to write our words as people over vans. Okay. So people over vans, and then 18 people is over 3 vans is the known. Our unknown is how many people in one van. You can kind of see this one.
6.
We can scale down here. It's divide by 3. 18 divided by 3. I don't even need that work.
Yes.
Right now, yeah.
I just figured that one out.
Okay. So 6 people in each van. Number 2. I'm going to have to erase a little bit up here. Okay. So you have cost per book. That's our words. Our known is 15. Is it 15 or is it 150? It's 100. It's 156, right?
51.
I have a dot there. Over 3 books. Is that right? Oh, 156 for 3 books. How much for 1 book? That's an expensive book.
That's some college level books, I think.
Yeah, it is. So we would scale down from 3, divide by 3, divide by 3, and we would get $52 per book.
Look at me, I'm so smart.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And it'd be the most interesting book ever or college.
So I want you to go ahead and I want you to set this up. WKU on all of these. And we're going to talk about them in just a second. So I want you to write a WKU for 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to talk about it in just a minute. Okay, so look at this first one. It says 115 miles in 2 hours. So we're going to say miles per hour. You should have heard that somewhere before. I hope you're hearing that from your parents. So 115 miles in 2 hours. How many miles in 1 hour? And so we're not going to solve this right now. We're just going to kind of look at it, but you kind of get the gist. It'd be like 67.5, I think, if you solved it.
It's 5. It's 57.
57.5. Yeah, 57.5. Okay, so now this is where some of you are caught up. This is going to be hits per game. So 8 hits in 22 games. How much in 1 game? They are not even hitting the ball every game. So it should be less than 1. If you think about what it's asking, it should be less than 1 because they're not even hitting the ball every game, are they? Okay, they're only hitting the ball every 3rd game almost. And then number 5 is going to be miles per gallon. 67 or 65 miles in 2.7 gallons. How much in 1 gallon? Our last one on number 6, we're going to say calories per hour. So 2,500 calories in 24 hours. How much in 1 hour? Okay, so it's about 100 calories an hour. So we don't really need to solve those. I just wanted you to get a good idea about how you're setting them up. Okay, number 7, we are going to solve. You are going to compare the 2 prices for the box of nuts or whatever it is, jar of nuts. So set this one up. Cost over pounds. So my words would be cost over pounds. So my first one would be my known, which would be $12.95 over 3 pounds. How much for 1 pound? And we would solve that. So we would scale down. We would cross multiply and divide. Whatever you need to do. How do we cross multiply and divide?
I forgot.
You just do 3 times x, which is 3x. And then $12.95 times 1, which is $12.95. And then you divide both sides by 3. And x is going to equal whatever $12.95 divided by 3 is. Okay, so when you divide that out,
4.315.
it's gonna it's going to keep going. It's going to be about 4.316. But if you're doing money, it's $4.32.
Isn't it 30?
No, you would round. This is 6. So you would round up. And then our second group would be the words, which would be cost per pound. Okay, so we would have our known, which would be $21.45 out of 5 pounds. How much per pound? So we would put our X there. So we're scaling down. I'm going to scale down, or you can cross multiply and get 5X equals 21.45. You might as well start that habit because the other ratios aren't going to be as pretty and they're not going to be scaled down to 1. So divide by 5, divide by 5. 21.45 divided by 5 is going to be $4.29 an ounce. So they're $4.29. So this part right here, this $21.45 for 5 pounds of nuts, it's a little bit cheaper, about 2 cents cheaper, 3 cents cheaper than the 3 pounds of nuts. So you're saving a little bit of money to go up. And then our last one, you're going to solve it, but I'm going to set it up for you. I'm going to say words, known, unknown. So my words would be cost over ounce. My known, we're comparing 2 different bottles. We're doing $2.50 for a 32-ounce bottle. And then we're doing $3.84 for a 32-ounce bottle. So you need to know which one is cheaper. So I want you to set those up.
It's 48.
48, yes, sorry. For a 48-ounce bottle over ounces. Okay, so compare those two and set those up and see which one's cheaper, and then we're going to talk about it here in a minute.